Hi, I'm going to show you how to make this symmetrical bento block quilt panel. So I'm going to use some square patches from Mandala Patch. These are symmetrical across one axis and you can get lots of nice design effects with this. So this is what a piece of the material looks like. This is a 120 patch piece. And there are 4 of each patch on the fabric. So this is enough to make 30 different mandalas, but of course you can put them together any way you want. That's the whole idea. So these are great for beginners actually, because the cut lines are already marked on there for you and you can see where your stitch lines should be, and it's all very easy to do. So the first task is just to cut up all the little squares. With this project as well, I'm using a contrast fabric which is cream in colour, and the only thing I've done there to prepare those is to cut squares that are exactly the same size as these squares here. So there you are, and you can see if you turn them around you get different effects. So here's a couple of panels that I've done before, and this is where we're headed, and I've laid out one here ready to stitch together, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. I've done a little animation to show you how this pattern comes together so that you can understand it more clearly. So you can watch this a couple of times, and once you've got it in your head it's very easy to lay out. So you're basically covering alternate corners with pattern and then filling in with your cream blocks. So there we are, that's what it looks like when it's done. With these patches as well, you can get a different effect if you twist the squares slightly. So twist them about until you've got something you like the look of. So I've got these all laid out now. I'm just going to mark one edge so that I know which way to stitch them together when I take them over to my sewing machine, because it's very easy to pick up a pile of pieces and stitch them the wrong way around when you get to your machine. But if you just mark one edge, you'll know exactly what goes where, and avoid you having to unpick things and become frustrated. So there, I'm just going to pick them up in order now from the bottom to the top. And when I take them over to my machine, I know that the dots need to run up. So there we are. The selvage on the white selvage on these little patches is exactly the same size as the gap on your stamper foot. So if you run the stamper foot up the edge of the fabric, your stitches should be in exactly the right place. So you just keep going, stitching all these little squares together until you've made a strip. If you find that your stitches are not quite in the right place for this design, if your stamper foot is for any reason not a standard size, you can just adjust your needle left or right to make sure that it's right for you. So we've got our first strip together now, and you can see I've gone ahead and done the rest of them, and they're all side by side. So I'm now going to press the seams nice and hard. Make sure that they're nice and flat, and I'm going to press them in alternate directions as I go across the block, and you can see what I mean there, so that when you bring the seams together you've got the bulk of the seam running in different directions, so that you haven't got all the bulk, which will be 5 or 6 layers of fabric all in the one place. You're spreading it about a bit. This will give you a much flatter result when you've finished. So I'm using the pins at 90 degrees because that way I don't have to take them out as I stitch. I can just run the sewing machine straight over them, and you can see now there I've put that little seam in, so it's in exactly the same position as the other seams were. Just run your stamper foot along the edge of the fabric. So I'm just going to take the pins out and then press these open. So I've stitched these together in pairs, and then I'm just going to sew the pairs together to make the block. You can see there how these little patches are coming together. It's the great thing about these patches is that all the colours you need are in the one place. You don't have to buy loads of different materials to achieve what you want. It's all there for you. So there we are. I'm just going to press the other two and then we'll get to stitching them together. It's important that you mark these strips as well in the same way as we did those little patches, so that when you stitch them together you get them in the right order. You can see I've actually had to unpick this one because I forgot that stage and I stuck them together the wrong way around, so I've had to unpick them. There we are, pressing open the last piece now, and then we're going to bring these pieces together to form our final block. This is a pattern that one block of it doesn't look too spectacular. When you stick them all together, you get the most amazing effect with this bento block, and it's a really simple one to do. It's a very easy way for a beginner to get a truly startling effect when they're all put together, and they come together really quickly because they're all square, they're easy to sew together, it doesn't take any time at all. I did this little project with a 15-year-old the other day and it went without a hitch. Everything went really well. So here we are, we've stitched our 3 panels together, or 2 of them. We're just going to press that open and stitch the next one on. There we are, just do the last one and you can see there's the block complete. So really quick, it doesn't take any time at all to do these blocks because you can machine piece them. And you can see there, you can put them together that way so that they're all facing in the same direction, or you can rotate them so that you get a big cross in the middle. It's entirely up to you how you think they look most pleasing, but I think on a small project where I've only got 4 blocks, I'll put them together like this. And there we are, that's how to do a bento block. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, get all the new videos as they come out, and I'll see you soon with something new. Bye!